What is really happening around you? This is going to be a collective message. We are going to use the Maiden of Wheels Oracle deck to see what is the energy surrounding the collective that needs this message today. My name is Theresa. If you want your own personalized in-depth reading, check out my website, TimelessDivineTarot.com. If you do want a live one-on-one reading with me, I do have 15-minute and 30-minute options available. They are limited, so please email me to see if we can find a time that will work for both of us. My email address and my only email is timelessdivinetarot@gmail.com. All right, let's go ahead and get started. What is the energy surrounding the collective at this time? Why are you receiving this message? The first card is the alignment, number 1. All right, we're gonna get 3 cards and we'll look at each one of these. So you are coming into alignment potentially with something. The second card is transmute, number 43. You could be 34 or 43 years old. And the third card is number 19, allow. So let's look at alignment first in the guidebook, number 1. The center is the wheel we feel the most grounded and attuned to with the world around us. From the center, we can look out into any direction and where to focus to obtain the wisdom we seek. When we fall out of alignment, we have trouble finding our center. Being in alignment happens when all of our body, physical, mental, and spiritual, are working together for the same purpose. We become aligned by staying present in each moment with our purpose and in sync with the flow of love around us. Being out of alignment is in total darkness. We stumble around, we lose our way easily. Many ancient tribal people looked at the stars for their bearings to the earth. Many temples and sacred places were built to mirror the stars and their positioning in the sky to bring order to the earth as if it was the heavens. This is letting you know that something in your life is out of alignment. So you could be somebody who needs to be re-centered. You need to be re-grounded in your energy. We have transmute, number 43. So let's look at transmute also, number 43. In the north, we meet Golif, a vain goddess of the Norse tradition. She was thought of as a powerful witch, a practitioner of magic, known as the Cedar. She was so powerful that the opposing gods felt threatened by her. They tried to kill her many times, first by stabbing and later by burning her 3 times. She survived all of these attempts at her life. Each time she survived death, she became stronger than before. She eventually became the most powerful person of the land. Part of her name means gold. Since she is changed by the fire, there is a lot of symbolism for the alchemy act of transmutation in her story. Transmutation fully changes one thing into another. The difference in transmuting and transforming is that transformations mostly happen on the surface. But when we transfer ourselves and we transform ourselves, we make change the way we think certain thoughts or something about our appearance. We make change of habits, the way we think, our essence stays the same. When we transmute, we become something completely different. Spiritually speaking, transformation is the first step in transmutation. So you have to transform before you can transmute. In alchemy terms, the dense matter becomes gold, and gold is a symbol for the soul. That's why she survived her death 3 times, because of the gold. She transmuted fear and matter into power and eternal life. So right now, if you're seeing this message, you're needing to realize that your life may not be aligned the way it needs to be. You're not as grounded, and you could be overgiving in certain aspects of your life. You're needing to take that energy and transmute it inside out. The final card is number 19, which says allow. So let's look at allow, which does break down to 10. And 10s are about final completions, ending of cycles, allowing something new to emerge. It says the South holds the energies of patience and allowing. What does it mean to allow? For some, that word could evoke a feeling of giving up their power. Allowing is a letting go of one kind of power, the power invested in struggling against the flow of life. Summer is the time when our crops grow. So we do our ideas and our creation, but we need to allow them to grow. Sometimes we need to step out of our own way to let things happen. This card is asking you to look at what are you allowing or not allowing in your life right now. That's this. What are you allowing to be not in alignment or that needs to align? What is it that needs to be transmuted in your life at this time? Are you allowing your helpers to assist you? Are you feeling stuck and your guides have been trying to get you unstuck? Are you allowing all of the noise of the world around you to impact your circumstances? This is coming to you asking you that you've carried the burden and the weight of the world for far too long. You've allowed other situations, circumstances, or potentially people to make your alignment imbalanced, make you feel maybe not the best version of yourself. And you're needing to take all of that energy and transmute it inside out and allow what needs to fall away from you. So let's get some tarot and find out what this is for the collective. When it comes to this alignment, this transmutation and allowing, what is this energy around the collective at this time? What is this energy? The Knight of Wands. Okay, so you may be in a situation that, look at the bottom of the deck, is the Ten of Wands. You may be in a situation where you're with somebody for physical pleasure, or they're with you for physical pleasure, but that's not in alignment with what you want. And you may feel a heaviness. You may feel a pressure of, well, if I don't sleep with them, they won't talk to me. Or if I don't sleep with them, I may not one day get a relationship with them. There's something you've allowed with this energy, but below the surface, you feel a sense of pressure. You feel a sense of burden because of the situation. And Spirit is asking you to take the energy, the excitement, the exhilaration that you feel, the endorphins you get from this situation, this circumstance, it's going to be different for everyone, and transmute it into something else. So instead of sleeping with somebody, maybe you start focusing on your home. You start focusing on your stability. You start focusing on what makes you feel stable inside and out, where you don't feel like you need to sleep with someone in order to get what you want or get what that endorphin is. There's definitely an energy here of, you know what? Here, let me show you this. The Death card's at the bottom of the deck. So the situation or circumstance you're in is not changing. It's a repeated cycle and you've allowed it. And because of that, there's a misalignment here. And you are wanting something stable and secure, but you have not been getting something stable and secure. So Spirit is saying it's finally time to take, when you think about higher level of commitment with this person, the excitement, the adrenaline, and take and transmute that energy and transmute that feeling into giving yourself the stability and security because you've allowed something else to happen. That's when this will change for you. So let's see what's going to happen if you make the change and the shift in this situation because you've allowed it for far too long. What's going to be your outcome for the collective if they make this change? Because we know if you stay in it, nothing's changing. We have the Death card in reverse. Look at that. Boom. You got a lot of options. There's a lot of possibilities. You maybe fantasize about getting married, having babies, having a business, moving, building a home, going on vacation, taking this person maybe to your friends or your family, whatever it is that you're wanting and you're fantasizing about with the person that you're not in alignment with, this person that a lot of you're maybe sleeping with, you're needing to recognize that that person's not changing the circumstance. But if you take all of that excitement, all of that adrenaline, all of that feeling of wanting that from that person and you put it back into yourself, you transmute it. Look at this. You have so many other options here. You have so many other choices. Like there's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. There's 7 days a week. You could have 7 different options here. So if you decide to transmute it, look what else it does. It brings a lot of confidence for you. You feel more confident that you do not have to allow what this situation was with this person. All right, let's get some inner peace oracle advice before we close this message. What is the best advice? What else is there guidance for the collective that needs this message? The universe is going to reward motion, number 27. You could be 27 years old. Maybe you're born in 1972. What guided action can you take today? What action can you take? Because you want to come into alignment where you want something more and you're not getting something more. You need to transmute. What action could you take today? Because if you keep allowing your situation to stay as it is and you don't take action, you're going to have an unchanged circumstance. But if you allow what needs to fall away, and you transmute it, and the action you take, this is what you're going to get. So you're being asked, what can you do today? What action can you do today? The universe is going to reward you with motion. Of course they're going to reward you because look, you're going to have 7 options at least. All right, get one more inner peace oracle message of advice. Number 23, you could be 23 years old, you could be 32 years old. You need to prioritize self-love and care. When do you feel most nurtured and cared for? That's what you have to ask yourself. You are allowing this person to give you the nurturing, the caring because they're sleeping with you, they're giving you physical intimacy. That is something that is very superficial. And Spirit is saying, what action could you take today to love yourself? To get the same high, the same endorphins, the same excitement you get from this person, how can you give it to yourself so that you can really transmute that energy and align into these other options that are more in alignment with who you want or where you want to be as far as relationship. A lot of you may want to get married. You may want a live in a home with somebody or have something more stable, something more of commitment that you could celebrate. And the only way you're going to be able to do this is if you transmute the situation with where you're at. And it starts within. The way you feel and the way you love yourself is what you're going to attract. So if you're only attracting people that want to sleep with you, it's because there's something inside of you that is saying, you know what? I'm not making myself a priority. And that's what Spirit is saying with this message, that you have to make loving yourself first. Put the ownership on you and start loving you today so that Spirit can really align with the motion of the action you take and give you these other options that are way better, that are going to get you to the finish line of this stability or security, whatever that is. It may be different for everyone. Okay, that is what I have for you. I do want to thank you for allowing me to read for you. Keep in mind, energy can shift and change based on what you do. Everybody has free will. If you want your own personalized in-depth reading, check out my website, TimelessDivineTarot.com. Have a beautiful day. Bye.